Happy shopping, guys.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It will be breezy and warm with an afternoon high near 68. Tonight, a slight chance of showers, otherwise partly cloudy, a low near 37. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies, and it will be breezy and an afternoon high near 56. Meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Husker fans, excited for some softball action at Bowlin Stadium this year, but can't commit to a full season ticket? They've got you covered. Introducing the On Deck Deal. Snag tickets to 5 Husker home games for as little as $30. This partial season lets you choose any 5 games, including one from the Maryland series. Whether you prefer general admission or reserve seating, packages start at just $30. Get your On Deck deal today at huskers.com/tickets.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Strap up your headgear and try not to hit the mat too hard. This is Takedown Tuesday with Nebraska wrestling head coach Mark Manning.
Facts don't lie. Wrestling is it's a pretty big deal in the Big Ten, so it's a pretty big deal to us.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by Stevens & Smith Construction. Here is your host, Mark Manning.
It is Tuesday, 4 o'clock. We've got quite the lineup for you. Of course, you'll have Husker wrestling head coach Mark Manning. We're waiting for his arrival. We'll have that conversation. We've got a great Teammates Tuesday with Demo Nash with special guest Johnny the Jet Rogers. So don't go anywhere for that. And then the first place Lincoln Stars, head coach Rocky Russo and the voice of the Stars, Joel Norman, will join us. Let us know what's going on with the first place Stars. Before we get into the conversation, Austin Norman, let them know how we make this happen.
We make it happen because our friends at Stevens & Smith Construction make it possible. Stevens & Smith Construction is an employee-owned company that sponsors Takedown Tuesdays on the Ticket. Nearly 250 employees with over 2,000 years of service combined working for Stevens & Smith. They lead the industry as a full-service concrete company specializing in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. They've got locations here in Lincoln as well as Omaha and Kansas City. You can check them out at stevensandsmith.com. That's STEPHENS and Smith.com.
We thank them very much. You can be a part of the conversation. 402 464 5685 is the Sartor Hamann text line. If you want to be a part of what we're doing, feel free. Hit us with a what's up. And we'll include you into the conversation. You can follow on the live video streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, and Allo, channel 961. Greatly appreciate you doing that as well. And if you have not downloaded the Ticket app, now is a really good time to do that. With multiple events going on and several streams going on in the near future with the high school playoffs. Of course, you know how we get down on the playoffs. We're in full coverage mode for you, plus the live stream shows and the shows that we're going to archive and put up for you as well. There's lots of ways, and no matter where you are in the country, if you have the app, you have the ticket. You have the ticket to Lincoln Sports, and we will bring it to you as best we can. Fist bump to you, kind sir. Greatly appreciate it. With what's going on, Austin, until Coach gets here. There's a couple of things. One, still need to get you to a wrestling match, and unfortunately, the next two times the Huskers will wrestle will be the Big Ten tournament and the national tournament.
Evanston, right?
Evanston for the Big Ten. They rotate.
Mm-hmm.
And there was something that changed in the algorithm that Nebraska got it during the COVID year, or maybe the year after COVID, which threw the rotation off. I found it interesting because I don't think of Northwestern as a wrestling school.
You think of Northwestern as a school?
Yeah, it is a thing, right? That we have to kind of identify programs.
Mm-hmm.
And most Midwest schools appreciate wrestling and go all in. But to hold the Big Ten tournament, and I guess you want everybody, which means that, if by this thinking once every 18 years, you're going to go to Oregon, Washington, LA twice, et cetera, to host these championships, there's a lot. That's a lot. I want to say they were in Maryland last year, which you kind of get the DC vibe, but Maryland, oddly enough, the DMV does well wrestling. Their high school programs are pretty legitimate, but Maryland doesn't always recruit the DMV strongly, which is interesting. I mean, there's some guys who could wrestle. As a matter of fact, the DMV, Northern Virginia specifically, put out. I mean, you've got world champions all over the place from Virginia, traditional wrestling, who went on to become pros. And then shout out as well, Bubba Wilson, who was a part of the Husker program per bet for all those years. And then as things transpired, and he has been training in the mixed martial arts, and he is going to make his pro debut at Pinnacle Bank Arena.
How about that?
Through the Dynasty Combat folks. But yeah, that popped up on my feed, and immediately I texted Bubba. I'm like, are you sure you did that? Like, did you mean it? And I know that he's into it. Like, he's been training. So it's not really a surprise in that sense. Maybe I thought, he would write out, you don't really know what's going to happen in a season. Injuries happen, different guys win, you can play out. And I thought, wow, amazing. This is pretty cool. From the text on it says, yeah, UVA and Virginia Tech have great history of wrestling. Yeah, my high school was a really good wrestling high school. We had some monsters along the way. As of course, matter of fact, Barry Thompson was kind of badass. But our big guys were always good. Our little guys were always good. We sent a lot of guys to UVA, Old Dominion, Tech, North Carolina, even a couple of them made it up to Penn State back in the day. So it was the thing. But I did my eyes were opened a little bit with the women's state tournament and the boys state tournament, the boys and girls state tournaments, because you would think that with the amount of wrestlers in Nebraska, folks who wrestle and that it is like that's their thing. A lot of these young men and women were multi-sport athletes who happened to excel at wrestling. And there is always that line between being a wrestler who plays, who's also an athlete, or an athlete who wrestles.
Do you wrestle or are you a wrestler?
Yeah.
Hey, there's the jet.
Right. Wave him in. We get him on the other side. We'll try to get him some coffee and have somebody wave him in. Go ahead and catch him up and get him in the right space. Let's get him something to drink. He's here early, but I guess he was beating traffic in Omaha. We were trying to get him out there as well. Yeah, it's pretty interesting times in that we think that girls wrestling is coming to Nebraska on a collegiate level, and that it will do well. Interesting enough, its main the women's program that's out front of that is Iowa. So you don't have to look far for a target or a measuring stick or a mirror. It's right there in front of you. But I think there's enough talent in Nebraska that, let's say, to start it on a club level or an intramural level, where you're going to compete against other colleges. And I don't know if they do that on the club level here at Nebraska. If they do, I have not heard of it.
I know the club baseball team does.
Club baseball does. Club hockey does. But I didn't know whether girls wrestling was a club sport at University of Nebraska. Now that I think about it, I would imagine that if you took, let's say that you've got 6 state champions, right? Or how many different classifications are there for high school wrestling? 5, 6?
I don't know.
How many levels is there for basketball? 5? How many state champions in basketball?
6.
6. So imagine 6 state champions in each weight class in Nebraska. And if you took if you could get 2 of the top 3 wrestlers at each weight class to compete club at Nebraska, I would think that would put Nebraska in a pretty good position when it comes to club wrestling for girls.
You would think.
I would also,
in a state like this.
Right. I would also ask, is there club wrestling? Is there intramural wrestling?
Scrolling through, there's not intramural as far as I know. I'm currently scrolling through the list of clubs.
Right.
There's a sailing club where you can come make waves where there is no ocean. That's a little ironic.
Okay.
Let's see.
So Spencer says that the boys have 4 classes, girls have 2. So
I am not seeing.
He said that on the text. Yeah, he put it on YouTube. So it's a curiosity, right? And that's part of the beauty of Takedown Tuesdays is getting more informed about this stuff. I would imagine that in the level of what they have, that they could pick together. Yeah, he says some girls wrestling is going to continue. Okay, well, yeah. I would imagine that it becomes a varsity sport soon. I just don't know what it is, whether they do club wrestling on the collegiate level. So I know that even back in the day, if I wanted to play intramural or club basketball, even if I wasn't going to play varsity in college, I could do that. And then they would take the best of them and you would compete. VCU would compete with Virginia Tech, Old Dominion, Richmond, et cetera. I'm just not sure if that happens here. And it would be an interesting thing. Yeah, it says girls are, okay, D-Train, thank you for doing this. It says, yes, girls are getting scholarship for wrestling now. Is that for Nebraska, though?
It's not at Nebraska.
Right. At Iowa,
Well, in D-Train, we're talking about collegiate level, like DP said,
Yeah.
right? We know that outside of the university, there are wrestling clubs for females. We're talking about actually coming to the University of Nebraska.
Right.
That's what we're talking about.
So at Nebraska, would there be, and this is part of what I had planned for Mark Manning. Again, he's a head coach of a major program, and they've got lots going on. So anything could come up, and we would just get through it. But that was part of what I wanted to ask was the future of this thing. We're going to have tomorrow the vice president of the Big Ten basketball on early break at 8:30. We'll have the vice president of women's Big Ten basketball on with.
I thought it was switched.
Did it switch? Oh, you have the the men's basketball.
Yeah, 4:30
with Strick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Megan's the vice president of women's basketball for the Big Ten. She's going on with early break.
Yes.
So that we'll be able to talk that stuff through. But I would think that, okay, it says smaller colleges, but not Nebraska yet. Trev Alberts used to say a thing that always made me scratch my head. Nebraska's never going to be first, but we're certainly not going to be last when it comes to being innovative and forward thinking and being ahead of the curve when it comes to this stuff. But it seems to me that if you went to the state tournament and saw the support and you saw the number of young ladies who were there and you saw the quality of the wrestling, these were highly skilled young ladies. And I would pay attention to it on several fronts. One, great opportunity for them to get to college, further their education, compete longer, which most people would want. That's fantastic. Puts you at the college level where you compete with the best of the best. And then the natural transition from the college level to professional, to mixed martial arts, to UFC, Bellator, that sort of thing. That's usually the core, is that the girls and women who get into wrestling then progress into it. One of my favorite people. Yeah, I was the leaders. They're, listen, they got out front. They actually had their matches online. They were streamed, and the crowd was bananas. And I just, I did want to ask the question, why was Iowa out front? How did that happen? Especially, the way the crowd was working. That is Dustin.
Dustin, yes.
Dustin is on the VIP line. Bring him through.
Hey guys, it's D-Train. Hey, so my thing is it's still in its infancy with girls wrestling. 4 or 5 years ago, girls were having to wrestle boys, even in lower levels. And now that the high schools are starting to pick up the girls as a sport, and we moved our kids just so they could wrestle to a different school because some of these smaller schools won't even do it yet. But so it's still in its infancy. So at the college level, at least it's taken the steps to get to these smaller colleges, so maybe they can lay a footprint. But it's way in its infancy. 10 years ago you didn't even see girls wrestling, and now it's it's blowing up. I mean, seeing young girls mine started at 4, I think, and here they are, 8 and 6, and loving it. So we just got to give it time. I think it'll take off, and I can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, D-Train, that was, and thanks for filling us in. That was part of the deal, Austin, that when I got to Lincoln, what I was told about women's athletics was meh, right? Little interest. Volleyball, I noticed right away that there's potential, and then but it was always sold out. That wasn't the issue. But then having people talk about it on social media, and then having to get outside the bubble of hardcore volleyball fans, right? That one package of Nebraska high school female athletes was going to volleyball. Another package and group of them, which is the style of athlete, type of athlete. There was some crossover between volleyball and basketball. Then where were these high school girl wrestlers coming from? What were they doing before that? And I mean, as D-Train says, his daughter starts at 4. that's an advantage. And the fact that the resources are there, that these clubs, these wrestling clubs exist, these tournaments now exist, and they've expanded, that it just seems to me like it would make sense that Nebraska would get out front. Like, listen, the resources that are there, we know from a wrestling standpoint that it has its fan base, it has its clubs, it has its places where you can go and train. And now, no matter what part of the state you're in, you have somebody to train with. Right? You have some friction that you can lean against. You're not doing it by yourself. You're not training, as you said, girls wrestling boys. A lot of the girl wrestlers were wrestling their brothers.
Yeah.
Right? They were also wrestling out of weight class. But now,
just to do it.
Right. Just to be able to get the work in. One of my favorite young ladies, she's actually in Canada. But their districts for Canada are bigger. They're like our regions and states. And she just qualified for states, even though she's diabetic and like fully diabetic with some symptoms that are really kind of scary and the monitoring that's required. But she's figured it out and learned how to excel in it and still take care of herself. But again, watching Nebraska's girl tournament was pretty amazing. It was pretty amazing. So lots to that. But again, I appreciate you allowing me to go down that rabbit hole. It says Kansas started out with just 5 classes for championships. Okay, makes sense. This year they changed to 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But okay, so it still means this to me. Somewhere there's a number, and when we go to break, I'll look up that number. The number of young ladies who are wrestling in Nebraska, whether it be at the high school level, club level, there's a number that exists. To know what that number is, because that number will determine the immediate pool that you're going to pull from, just like with football, right? That imagine that football all of a sudden was going to start a football program with only Nebraska people as the core, because those are the easiest ones to get to and people that would work. Now, Iowa has a whole collection. They're 4 deep at each weight already. In this day of transfer portal and otherwise, proximity matters. So I would think that somewhere of those 1 through 4s in those 10 weight classes, some of those young ladies might be willing to come over to Nebraska and wrestle or wrestle up. And then for the right deal, you could get pluck off a couple of 1s and 2s. Fair enough. But I would also think that some neighboring cities have high quality girls high school wrestling. Kansas has it. Missouri has it. Texas absolutely has it. It would be interesting. California has it. So it would be interesting to see how that plays out. But again, it's interesting to watch it all play out. Couple of things. Again, the Huskers prepare themselves for the Big Ten. We'll go back to last weekend and talk about the outstanding performance. They're on a roll again. And there were a couple of matches that stood out in how dominant the Huskers were. We'll break that down. We'll kind of set the table for the Big Ten tournament and where the guys rank. And the national rankings came out this morning. The Huskers are doing pretty well in the rankings as we head into tournament time. I want to ask Manning about how do you set this? It has to absolutely be the first thing first. Big Ten tournament, and then nationals. I know they have national aspirations. How do you handle the individual thinking versus the team thinking? And I think there's opportunity for Nebraska to steal a trophy. They'll earn a trophy in the Big Ten. I think they have a chance to steal one of the national trophies if they get it together. But those are things we'll talk about on Takedown Tuesdays on the Ticket.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall, Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com, because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Allow me to get a bit sappy. For women, jewelry isn't just a gift. It's a timeless symbol of love and appreciation. You have to get this right. No fleeting trends or gadgets will make the impact. Every time she wears it, every time she gets a compliment, you win. Trust me, guys, you'll get your money worth. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and on behalf of the entire Koppel team, we would like to say thank you to all of our loyal customers and employees that have allowed us to become one of the most successful GM dealerships in the country for the past 50 years. So we are celebrating that with some huge discounts. Right now, we have up to $13,500 off MSRP or 0% APR on select new models, and new Blazer EVs are leasing for $279 a month with 0 down. So check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with approved credit. See dealer for details.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through March 4th is $1 off crisscross pretzels, buy one, get one free on hot dogs, and $2 off Piedmontese brats. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. Attention comedy fans, get ready for a night of non-stop laughs at the brand new Howler House Comedy Club. Brought to you by the team behind Kincaidor Brewing, Sideshow Spirits, and Beer House, this underground comedy experience is happening beneath Beer House in the heart of the Haymarket. Enjoy Jason Vest and Layla Ingalls from The Kill Tony Show, as well as Will C this Friday. Shows are at 6:30 and 9 p.m. Buy your tickets today at beerhousene.com for the brand new Howler House Comedy Club, opening this Friday at 8th and P.
Back to Takedown Tuesday with Nebraska Wrestling head coach Mark Manning, powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Takedown Tuesdays on the Ticket. We have not heard from Mark Manning, so I would imagine something came up, and we'll just deal with it. We'll power through. Austin Norman, myself. Austin, would you let him know how we make this happen each Tuesday?
Absolutely. Takedown Tuesday with Nebraska Wrestling on 93.7. The Ticket is sponsored by Stevens & Smith Construction, an employee-owned company with nearly 250 employees with over 2,000 years of service combined. They lead the industry as a full-service concrete company specializing in residential and commercial foundations and flat work. With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City, you can also check them out at Stevens, STEPHENS, and Smith.com.
We also got some text during the break about girls wrestling and some of the numbers and things that were in play. And yeah, the tournament business was crazy business. But you said 1,700?
According to the NSAA, yes, they went from 700 to 1,200 to 1,700 this year. 1,700 female wrestlers.
Then also Google for me what the attendance was, what the paid attendance was for the state tournament. Because I just in my head that drives business. That folks are showing up in full for these.
Over the 2-day event, over 16,000 fans came through the turnstiles to witness the spectacle. Again, from the NSAA.
You know, this is where I get the idea comes from, like it's driven. But imagine that if Nebraska decided it was going to have a girls wrestling program, and it said, "Here's the deal: we're gonna for all the seniors, for all the eligible seniors, we're gonna have a wrestle off for the top 2 positions at Nebraska. We'll have a tournament. We're just gonna have a tournament. We can have it at the Vandy Center." And you tell me that over 2 days that you wouldn't draw some folks for the opportunity, and that would pay for your scholarships, or at least some of it. It would pay for equipment, it would pay for gear.
Yeah.
I mean, those tickets were what, $7 to $10 each?
I don't know.
I did hear that the boys state tournament, by the back, closer to the floor, the tickets were going for $50.
Woo!
They're going for
straight
$50.
up a resale.
No, straight up, like they were going for $50. My little guy, he's a wrestler, and he said he was thinking about going until he saw the ticket price. He said it was $50. He goes, "I have that kind of money."
Allowance doesn't cover that?
No, it did not. He had just finished wrestling season, so it's not like he could work. You know, he had stuff going on. So I want to recap last weekend at Purdue. Of course, a big night, senior night, the previous week against Indiana. And then trying to roll this thing over. And Austin, it is one of my favorite things that to figure out how a coach wants to line up his roster against another roster. And at home on a senior night, they said, okay, here's what we're going to they'll look, right? They'll look up and down, look at the matchups. And it's an interesting thing because I would think that some of it plays into that. I think my guy can get their guy. Like you wouldn't pick somebody that you think is going to get got.
Hey, get it out of the way.
Right? You know, home senior night, we used to say to finish right, you got to start right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that works fine because they had a number 7 wrestler, Joey Blaze. Number 7. Pretty elite wrestler. Ranked number 7 in the country, number 4 in the Big Ten. Except he had to face Antrell Taylor, number 4.
Poor guy.
Right? But you would think that maybe they thought this is one to get. This is one to get. Right? Let's start there. Let's start with, I never understood how that chose again. That was another thing I want to ask Manning as I become more informed about it. And then another thing happened that I wasn't aware of. Did you know that there's a uniform foul?
I am only seeing that because I have the results pulled up now, but I could not tell you what it is or how it's applied.
Okay. So Trelly goes out, starts the match. He's got on Husker gear. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Does what happens when 2 great wrestlers, they go back and forth. A point is shared on the escape from the down position. Comes down to the final 30 seconds in a takedown. except for Trelly waits till the final 8 seconds. Shoots, gets the takedown, scores the victory. Huskers off to a good start. You follow that up with Stoney Buell at 165, and he's taking on Christopher Minto. Now, Minto's ranked number 8 in the country, and if you had said 4 months ago that Christopher Minto would be ranked number 8 in the country, most wrestling experts would have laughed in your face. That there's no way this true freshman. But we start hearing reports out of workouts that, look, Minto's different, man. Minto's different. Minto comes out, again, wrestling gear, and he's got the script Nebraska unitard. He gets the win, wins it 4-1, wins it 10-0, seals the deal, and they started announcing the points, and he said, well, no, here's a problem, because there's a uniform code. Trelly had the Nebraska bold script N.
Block N?
The block N. Minto had the script Nebraska. And so Nebraska got punished a point, a team score point, not in the match, but the team score. So technically, it was that was the thing. They took the point away. Didn't matter, but
so who ended up being right or wrong with the uniform? Who was the violation actually on?
Charlie. Because everybody else had the script. Everybody else had the script. Same color. But yeah, it was kind of, and I had to go in the deep dive to figure out, well, what was going on. And then, yeah, it was all scription.
In a non-wrestling example, that's like Missouri last week had a game. Someone who wrote down their starting lineup just put in the wrong names. The freshman who never plays put his name in the starting lineup. And Missouri trotted out its normal starting lineup without knowing that it happened.
Technical.
Hit him with the technical before the game. Missouri starts off down 1-0.
Happened to be. Well, no.
At Woodson?
At Woodson. But here's what actually happened. I filled out, so the scorebook has to be at the official table, filled out before the officials get there. Before they get there. And I gave it to my team manager, filled out. But the manager, doing other things, had it sitting on my first seat on the bench. And so they come into the official knocks on the locker room door, and he goes, violation, we have to give you a technical. They'll shoot to start the game. I'm like, what happened? He goes, your scorebook wasn't filled out and wasn't on the table. And boy. You want to talk? Listen, I had to talk to some angels, right?
The demons were talking to you.
I had to talk to some angels, right? Because I was like, wait. Well, what went along with that is if you start the game with as the coach starts the game with a technical, he has to sit down the whole game. So I had to coach sitting, which is not my style. That is not my thing. Yeah. I had to coach sitting down the whole game.
Did that manager ever touch the scorebook again?
Oh, they touched it, but they were never late ever again. Even as they progressed through and did varsity. Yeah, it was more embarrassing than anything else.
More embarrassing than detrimental.
It didn't hurt us in the game because we blew the team out. But yeah, no, it was embarrassing, man. It was embarrassing. Like, yeah. Oh, okay. So we've got some wrestling coaches. Cheeseburger says his wife is the coach at Standing Bear. Well done. Get her to us. Question from the text line: what would be the next Division I sport at Nebraska? Girls wrestling or 7-7 versus 7-5 football. Wrestling.
More momentum for that right
now. Well, not really. Not really. From a from a cost-effective space, it's flag football.
Sure.
Quality of play and the number of people who are playing, I would think that has LPS put in the 7-on-7 girls league yet? Because that's been the next step. And I know that some of the pro Team USA and some of the pro women's football have pushed local 7-on-7 play for girls. So yeah, it's a thing. But I would bet on wrestling because I just think it's more formed here. So I wish Kansas would do like Nebraska and have all classes, boys and girls, at one location. That's an awesome event. That's the way it was. I think this was the first time that they split them. So, that's a real thing that's in play. I just think, John Ecclesiastes, who was the uniform inspector, every match has an official. That's their job. And it's supposed to be checked. It's supposed to be checked before they run out. So when they come out originally, if they're in the locker room, you're supposed to check. You're supposed to check. But then if they show up and they had to wait and you can't really tell them, right? You should have your own uniform coach who tells you, because once the official tells you, it's not a violation until he actually wrestles. He can wear it to warm-ups because you got a hoodie over it or a jacket or whatever. Doesn't matter. You can change. You can change into it.
It's not like wearing your white uniform versus your blue uniform or anything like that. They're both red.
Right. It wouldn't pop. But both of these were red uniforms, and it's just a thing. And we had the NFL has uniform cops.
Yeah.
And it's usually like an alumni player who his job is to literally go up and down especially during warm-ups, to check uniform.
Sock length, crop top.
Sock lengths, make sure you got pads in, right? Because guys don't wear pads, although I don't know what the new rules are because that changes. I don't know if college has a uniform cop.
They should, because they banned the Zeke Elliott crop top.
Yeah, but we've seen college football players who don't have knee pads. As a matter of fact, they're wearing shorts out there. It looks
they
ridiculous.
don't even go to the knee.
Right?
Yeah.
It doesn't even cover the knee. NFL, it had to cover the knee. Right? It's the thing. Yeah. Well, Texas says, I'll take the bet. I'm going to say 7-on-7. I would say this. So I had coached and was a GM for women's pro football. So I knew I knew the movement and the momentum. As a matter of fact, before Franco Harris passed away last year, he was a big part of the movement to get the women's game elevated. And I don't mean the lingerie football type. I mean the guts and glory, hey, I'm going to knock you on your butt football. And the caliber of play in Washington, Boston, Atlanta, and even, now, like Lincoln had, as a matter of fact, they won the class, the lower level last year. They won the technically Nebraska has a world champion in women's football. And it's the second level. I don't think they're second or third level. There's several levels to it. The Nebraska Pride. That might be who it is. It's a thing. It's there. But I also think 7-on-7 is being pushed from the national level into the corners of the country and into the pockets of the states, and that's much easier to do because you just need to feel relining of football fields, etc., and having officials that know the rules. So, but I want to say that Nebraska has done a really good job of pushing 7-on-7 football and women's football. But I think wrestling 16,000 people over the course of a weekend. I guarantee you 16,000 people haven't watched Nebraska high school girls football. That's a real thing. Serious business. It's good. Tommy, that's funny. That's funny. No, I've done I think Austin's finally figured out that I've done a lot of stuff in my, we were talking yesterday about, high school athletes and best people you competed against. That's a full hour's worth of radio.
Yeah. Which I tried to lead Strick and Jay down that path, but in their minds, they're the best guys they played against. They weren't having it.
Oh, they don't want to give people that much credit.
No.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of skin in the game.
Did you get the clip of Strick from yesterday about? Yeah, okay, I figured you.
Yeah, I laugh at my athletic career because there's some things like I was a really good athlete, but there were things like, to put it in a shell, I could have been an all-district caliber wrestler, but I like to eat. So I could play basketball and eat, or I could wrestle and starve. Guess what DP chose?
I think DP made the same choice I made.
Yeah. Like, that's the thing. So that's kind of how it worked. We will recap the rest of Purdue, and then we will get fully into setting up the Big Ten tournament, because the rankings came out today, and the Huskers have 7 of their 10 wrestlers in the top 10. We'll break that list down when we come back to Takedown Tuesdays.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through March 4th is $1 off crisscross pretzels, buy one, get one free on hot dogs, and $2 off Piedmontese brats. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between, we'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It will be breezy and warm with an afternoon high near 68. Tonight, a slight chance of showers, otherwise partly cloudy, a low near 37. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies, and it will be breezy, and an afternoon high near 56. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The dangers of secondhand smoke are well known. But what about secondhand aerosol, which is created when using e-cigarettes? Science already shows a secondhand aerosol can contain nicotine, heavy metals, and cancer-causing agents. Eliminating exposure to secondhand aerosol is an important step to keeping everyone safe. Breathe easier knowing the facts.
For help quitting, call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Hey, Husker Nation. This is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top-quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Is your office technology holding your business back? At Hamilton, we're more than just an IT provider. We're your partner, focused on building integrated technology solutions tailored to your business needs, both today and for the future. We know that every business is unique, and that's why we provide the services and support you need and nothing you don't. We believe that together, you can continue to serve and support your customers while knowing that your technology is taken care of. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Connect with us at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
If you're looking for a pre-owned tractor to upgrade your operation this year, you'll find a wide selection at your local Landmark Implement. We'll work with you to find the right equipment for all your needs at a price that's right for you. All backed by Landmark's extensive parts and service network. During the month of February, take advantage of a 24-month waiver on select 6, 7, 8, or 9 series tractors. Visit landmarkimp.com to see our complete inventory or stop by your local Landmark location today and experience the Landmark difference.
Back to Takedown Tuesday with Nebraska Wrestling head coach Mark Manning, powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are 10 days from the Big Ten Wrestling Championships in Evanston, Illinois, and weirdly so, it just does, that space doesn't seem big enough for the best college conference wrestling championships that exist.
NCAA tournament appetizer.
Like, it's the only sport that I can think of where I'm not sure from the type of competition that exists. This is a fight. Wrestling's a fight. Let's call it that. You don't have a tournament of all the best football players playing in the conference championship.
No.
Baseball, it's spread out where you can, listen, in order to get there, you get to compete at the highest level against the number 2, 3, and 4 best pitchers on any given roster.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, if you win the Big Ten, you face some dudes. You face some bottom of the bullpen dudes.
The only equivalent, I think, to the Big Ten wrestling tournament could be the SEC baseball tournament.
Well, no, but I mean, even in the SEC, you're still going to face the number 4 starter.
Yeah, but those number 4 starters are different, DP.
Well,
that's what I'm trying to say. You know?
All there, right?
Yeah.
But think about that as well. That you're not facing. You're guaranteed in the Big Ten wrestling tournament that you're going to face a dude.
A dude. Yeah.
Like, you're going to face a dude, and then you're going to face another dude, and then you're going to face a more dude.
And probably the dudiest dude.
The dudiest of all
you.
dudes, right? The dudiest of all dudes. That Nebraska, with the ranking system that came out today, the rankings that came out today, at 125, Caleb Smith, 7th in the country. Woo, 7th in the country. I have to say this as simply as I can say it. Caleb is ranked number 3 in the Big Ten. He's number 3. Barely.
Yeah.
Barely.
Yeah.
Brock Hardy goes into it at 141. Brock Hardy is ranked 6th in the country. 6th in the country. Brock Hardy, nationally, ranked number 4 in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
6th in the country, 4 in the Big Ten. He's a 4 seed in the Big Ten. This is craziness to think. Let's go to Ridge Lovett at 149. Ridge Lovett ranked number 4 in the country. Number 4 in the country. Ridge Lovett is ranked 3rd in the Big Ten. He's ranked 4th in the country, 3rd in the Big Ten. And quite frankly, is the guy at 140 at 147 at 149 that everybody in the Big Ten is like, don't want him.
Someone else deal with him.
Don't want no part of him because he got the guys ahead of him. Like, not really a big deal. It is the Big Ten tournament is going to be exceptional. At 157, Antrell Taylor currently sits at number 4 in the country. Antrell Taylor is 3rd in the Big Ten. And it goes up and down. Lenny Pinto, Christopher Mento, as a true freshman, ranked number 8 in the country. He's a redshirt freshman, but your first time as the guy.
Yeah.
Pinto at number 8. Silas already at number 7. If you finish any of those folks, if they finish their season, if they finish the national tournament at those numbers, they're All-Americans. That would be 7 Husker All-Americans this season. And in the Big Ten tournament, I'm not sure what the expectation is. And you're circling and marking people because you're going to face some people at the Big Ten tournament that you're also going to face at the national tournament. And then it becomes a matter of matchup and otherwise. And some of the guys get knocked off and it clears a path for a number 4 to become a number 1 or a number 2. Mark Manning has his hands full. We will have somebody next Tuesday so we can go through and set up the trip to Evanston and then peek around the corner. I know they don't like to peek too far, but peek around the corner to Nationals in Philly, which will be a home meet for the number 1 team in the country, the Penn State Nittany Lions. That's going to be a home meet in Philly. But I think we should go cover it, and that's what I'm working on now. So if we can get the sponsors for it, we'll cover them all the way through Philadelphia National Championships. So it's been a good hour. We will find out what happened with Mark Manning and let you know. And then up next, Demo, Ash, teammates, special guest, number 20.
He'll tear your leaves from your shoes.
He'll tear you. He'll put them in the aisle.
Man, woman, or child.
Man, woman, or child. Johnny the Jet Rogers joins Demo and Ash on the ticket. Coming up next.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the